Hello, welcome to today's live chat. This is the fifth edition of Investdata online trading, Investdata Trading Academy with Ambrose. Today we are looking at the market as usual. Why most often we start with the index is that it gives you direction of the market generally, and also this index will also guide you before you look at other things. As investor or trader, when you enter a market, you need to know where is the direction of the market. That is why whenever we want to start our class, we need to look at the market position and what is happening right there. But as we speak now, before I go detail, from this chart we are seeing, I've already on a 1 hour chart, but I'll take it back to a day chart, which is where we are. And before I start explaining the chart, I want to just give you some scenario in the market now. You see the prevailing low yield environment has really supported the market to where it is today. And we've seen that at the end of the year 2021, the PFAs, which is the institutional investor that we know that are active here in our market, has really taken position that they've kind of increased their position in equity for that 2021. And now that the treasury BE is still dropping at this period, and this period at the center of any season, most of them also are further going to what increase their stake in what in the equity because of what the dividend yield, knowing that for a whole year in treasury B, they are still expected to be about 5.2, which is far below inflation. And at the same time, other fixed income market yield, especially the bond, they are also still below the inflation rate. For that, the adjustment will remain how to take advantage of the market. That means as you are entering this any season with corporate action, you see more of them adding to what they have already. They are taking position ahead of this any season. That's what I'll tell you, and that is why I see that our market was even in January and even that of November before December was a slowdown. Still, they are still accumulating gradually, and they don't invest like the retail investor. They don't jump into position immediately. They do analysis, approve before they jump. But I'm telling you that now that all of them had queued for Treasury B, this week, the primary auction, and excess of almost 300 billion was out from that. Well, about 90 billion was offered, and there are about 400 billion. That means such fund will find its way to where they can get return, and also where they are still there is margin of also safety to a level. You know that equity market is risky. They try to go into those low fixed income, even though the return is low. But now that they have no choice, they will come back to this market and play the market in a short time, because knowing that this any season will last till April. For me, I see them in this market, and don't forget that because they will be in the market, most of the high yield stock and those that also have performed well with their unaudited account we have seen will be the attraction of this portfolio managers, this PFAs. That means you should not panic. But for what I observe from what is happening in the money trade environment and even from CBN body language, if CBN at the end of yesterday has also increased that, has to extend the single digit interest rate for intervention for the critical sectors of the economy, and they extend it to 2023. That means sectors like agriculture sector, healthcare sector are still going to enjoy that no benefit they enjoyed during the COVID-19. Then we extended to 2020. That means they will still have huge fund to play around agricultural sector, the healthcare, and others like the airline and all those stuff. All of them going to enjoy this. For that, we see also even some the manufacturing sector that also enjoying also such facility. Tell you that the CBN is not in haste to start increasing rate. And many expectation of many fund managers was that the rate will move faster, but it's not moving as expected. That's why I see this rate not moving and also adding momentum to our market. And don't forget that the environment where they are increasing rate is different from our own environment. That's why I said we don't expect them to jump increase rate overnight, because still we still have potential to grow gradually as economy. If we want to increase rate, that means we want to kind of deflate the recovery we have seen so far in the economy. We want the economy to stabilize first, to be strong before, because I see tell you that our recovering economy is still also fragile. If you are weak, if you don't increase rate, automatically you're going to siphon some, create more unemployment that are also already in the economy. For me, I think that CPN is not in haste to increase rate. And also don't forget that in our own market, where we are thinking that because if they increase rate in a mature market, they will start selling off. Go and check the statistics. We are still having about 85 to 87% control of the market. When I mean control, the local institutional investor and high net investor and retail investor like you and I and others are playing the market. The foreign investor has less than 20 to 22% of the market. That means we are not afraid. Even though when they want to say it won't take the market so much. That means you should not panic. But the good thing is that As the market has opened this morning, for this our analysis, I have seen that something is changing gradually, which I need to also explain in this platform. If you look at this chart like display now, this is a chart that I know that is telling us what's happening in the market, which you can see from here where the market is going. This morning, the market is doing, as we speak now, market is still within red and green, up and down, not stable yet. But before I give you the state of the market, I want to give pay attention to this chart that has been displayed before I give you the state of the market, because you need to also tell us what is happening in the market. You see that you can see that this trend is looking up. We're seeing a trend looking up here. But if you look at this uptrend, we call it what we call divergent in technical analysis. You see there's an uptrend there despite the 3 day slowdown we saw yesterday and the previous day. We are seeing the market. Even today, the market is still going up red and green. It has not really stabilized whether it's green or red as we speak now. But if you look at this divergence, this is an uptrend we are seeing. But if you come down here, there's a what we call a kind of divergent with this MACD and the market. MACD is already looking down. It has crossed the signal line to the bearish side of the signal. And why the market is still looking up here, it does tell you that we also have to be very careful, when we are playing such a market, because you don't know what happens. That's why I said your price action, your stop loss, and your profit target should guide you most when there's volatility in the market, as we're experiencing now. Even individual stock, if the price action, your stop loss, and your profit target should guide you. You should not be carried away with gyration in the market at any time. That's why I said remove emotion when you are trading stock. Remove emotion. Once you are meeting your target, sell off and fly. Don't think that it's going to go up tomorrow. If you go up tomorrow, fine. That's for other people in the market. You have meet your target and go. That is why don't allow emotion when you are taking investment decision in the equity market, especially if you're a short-term trader. Let your technical analysis and other market momentum and the sentiment in the market guide you to trade your market, especially if you are a short-term trader. Quick one, I feel something, but I want to draw a line to make it clear for us to see what I'm just saying now. If you see, sorry, you see this uptrend here. Okay, hold on, let me take this there. Okay, trend line. Yeah. See this trend line here. This is a trend line up to this level. You can see to this level. I see the trend line there. Then also, if you come here, I'll see the same trend line here too. Let me take it, bring it here. You can see that from here too. You can also see what we call the divergence. And this divergence, you can see that this is an uptrend. Also, we're seeing a divergence in trend. It tells you that something is about to happen. But when the two markets, especially the all-share index action and the price action and the indicator are looking the same way, it's more attractive, it's more interesting. You can see when it crossed over here, you see that the MACD was looking up. You can see, but at the time when it got to this level, see that it then started changing. It tried to come up before and now started. You can now see the divergence. But market was still going up. It tells you that this rally we're seeing might not last for too long. That is why this earning season should be what should guide every one of us that are in the market, so that you will not overplay, you will not expect that the market will continue to. Yes, it might possible that it hit another 50,000 because of the high cap stock, but don't be carried away with your position. Just when you make your target, still exit, because correction is underway. And any market that rallies in such set level, you can see that it can correct. And already we are seeing it on the indicators already. We are seeing that the MACD is already on the downside, while the index action is still up. It tells you that there's divergence already in the market. And to make it clearer, if you look at this green line and blue line, you see that the blue line have crossed the red one from up, and this is a bullish sign. A bearish sign in the market. And that tells you that we have to be very careful. Even as we are seeing impressive earnings, don't be carried away. And also don't forget that in technical analysis, at times we can factor in your expectation to the price. We can see possible that this price we are seeing has gone up. When earnings start coming, you can see that when profit taking can hit the market. All this price we are seeing that up start coming down, you'll be wondering, because this is how market happen. This is how market, or clearly when you are using technical analysis, put all those things at the back of your mind. After giving you a sign that yes, we are expecting the market to be in a good momentum, find it very strong, but this will also guide you so that you won't be over relaxed that you want to make 100%, you want to make 50%, you want to make 30%. Between 18 to 22%, 25 is okay in what we've done. You can, but if you have information that is going to go for fine, but don't be carried away to what with market gyration in any stock or the market index. quick one before I go further to give other indicators. I want to just give you the state of the market as we speak now. It's very, very important. As we speak, we have 19 advances to the market and 15 decline. That means market bread is still positive at this hour. And if it's positive at this hour, and today is Friday, the possibility that the market will close the positive is high. Being Friday, where it's supposed to be sell market, we're seeing that there's more position taking more advancers than losers. For me, I see that it's a good thing for the market. As we speak, if you look at the top trade for the day, those top trades today, I'll tell you that those ones that are topping the trade for this hour are Champs. Champs is the lead, is the one leading the trade, followed by NGS. And don't forget that we discussed NGS yesterday. One, if NGS break out that strong double top has formed as at yesterday, that with a good volume. But unfortunately, like yesterday, it didn't break that out with a good volume. I did about just 7 million. But this morning, it is extended is a rally with almost 14 to 15 million shares traded this morning. It tells you that that is a good sign that yes, let's see potential in that stock. But my own is that this stock, as it's going, as a trader investor, you have entered this stock. If it touch 30 naira, what dividend are you expecting from NGS that will support that price? That means you will not be carried away with the price going up. If you have made profit, even though you enter at a breakout, if you have made just 10 to 15%, you are good to go. Because when results start coming to the market, this is the kind of stock that will still come down because of what? There is no strong fundamental, like no strong payout, let me use that language, to support it. That means if you are in this kind of stock, don't be carried away with the direction we are seeing, the price galloping we are seeing in the stock. Just take your profit and go and come back again, because it's a stock for the future. Because share issue is not much. At the same time, I told you earlier that this stock, this company, you understand their business model behind their price. If that happens, you don't need to say, oh, you are still coming back, sell and come back. You don't even know the investor waiting at that price. For me, I would say you sell because this stock will remain in this direction. It will oscillate because you know where the source of their business is coming. For me, at this point, don't just be carried away. You can take your profit. When it comes down again, you buy. You can also trade this stock. For me, that is how to do for NSC, for NTS, sorry. Then the next one there is Nigeria Brewery. Why the other one is Japan Gold and the UBA. These are the top traders for now. For the losers, I'll start from the losers before I move to the for the gainers. The losers, chart is topped by NEM Insurance, followed by Champion Brewery, Sovereign Trust Insurance, African Prudential, and Sterling Bank. These are also the ones that are leading the losers chart. Then the gainers, which you and I are very interested because one price to go up, but I believe personally I want price to pull back to rank buy. I look more of the research chart most time to see the opportunity to enter low and it go up. But then for the gainer chart, we have NCR leading the chart, followed by Nosako, then Guinness, Nigeria, FTN Cocoa, and ROTB Score. These are the top gainers for this hour. But as we continue, I want to quickly bring the shortest moving average you use for a volatile market, because when you are looking at the volatile market, you look at the short moving average. That's why I'm using 7 and 9 in this class. Then you can use between 7 to 10 days moving average if you are trading even an hour chart to look at where the market is going. But for now, I want to quickly call up the 9 days moving average to look at this, and also I'll bring out also the money flow index to see if money flow index is supporting what MACD is telling us about the market before we go to individual stock to look at. But for the scenario I've given you now, you see that this market is good at this time, but we have to be very, very careful. That's why it's a volatile market. I always said that in any season, it's more of volatility, not what direction. That means you need to ride this volatility. That is where you buy low and sell high. Like I said earlier, those that have access to how to invest profitably with any season video, that you know exactly what I'm saying. Because if a stock is breaking out from a strong support level, in expectation of the number, and the number comes positive, that breakout will give you opportunity to go. Like for now, we said the NGS has broken out the strong resistance level and after forming a double top. Now, what are you expecting? That means any moment from now, you see sentiment or pattern or kind of behavioral, behavioral attitude of investor in NGS will change. Yes, the share, if I said like it will still come down. That's why you don't allow any direction or any upgrade direction to carry you. You're waiting to make 50%. No, once you have made reasonable amount or return, you quickly exit your position. Let me quickly bring the 9 days the 9 days moving average to add to the price, so that you will not see what I'm saying at this point. You can see now already. You can see the 9 days moving average as we speak. Yes, on a daily chart, the index is still above 9 days moving average. For me, say that the market is still strong, but don't say because it's strong will be carried away. It is why you need to guide you to know exactly if the market is above 9, that means it's above 20, 25, even 50 and 200. For me, on a short term, the market is good. For short trader like you and I, the market is still very, very much weak. But quick one, we want to look at this on index again. On an hourly chart to see confirm where is the position of the market. You can still see even on hourly chart, the index action is above the what? Above the index, above the 9 days moving average. Tells you that the market is still very strong. And you can see also, if you look at this your chart to our what we call MACD, you can see that it's also crossing down. That means, like I just said, you can see the trend here about to on hourly chart about to cross up. You can see the green on try to cross the red from that, the blue from the red from that, which is a good one on average chart. That means we are seeing kind of a stability or balance at the end of the day. If on average chart we are seeing that the market is strong, even crossing to a bullish area, a bullish signal on the MACD level, tells you that activity is also looking good on hourly chart. It's not a bad one. For me, we don't need to complain because this is a very good sign that the market is still very, very strong. Then also don't forget that today is Friday. Nothing stops us looking at the weekly chart here, quick one before I call up the called the money flow index because it's very, very important for us. Money flow index, you can see even on the weekly chart, the market is very, very strong. You see, that means on a daily chart, we are seeing the divergence, but here you can see that the price action and the index and the indicators are looking what are looking up. The index action and indicator there, plus you can see that the MACD is what is bullish on this weekly chart. But I want to bring out that the money flow index. It's very, very important. And I now go back to the day chart to see if money is entering the market, because after Wednesday primary market option on TradeDB, we saw the decline and we expected that funds should flow into the market. Funds are not flowing into the market exactly the way we expected. It's just sentiment are changing. But until you see this fund entering the market, that is where you can see more up movement in the market. But we want to check, is fund really entering the market as we speak now? If funds are entering the market and we are seeing a positive sentiment, that will be good for us in the market. It's a good sign that market will still go up. But as I said earlier, don't be carried away with market world looking up at all. Just allow something to guide you. And what are the things that will guide you? Is the money flow index that will guide you. Sorry, let me reduce it and go to a day chart to see how the money flow index is doing. It's very, very important. Very, very important. You can see that what is happening in MACD is what money flow is telling us. You can see that money flow, the index action is looking up, MACD is looking down, and money flow is also looking down. It does say that this fund was planning to enter the market has not really hit the market as expected, but I know with time it will start entering the market. You can see that it's still looking down, but still around 67. Put that anything above 50 is good, but it's looking like I see that it's coming down from here, from this top, come down, still maintaining down trend. That even with this rally, fund is not in the market as such, but seeing your positive sentiment is good. But why you want to look at this money flow is that you know if fund is following this sentiment or it's just sentiment in the market. Because if fund is following, that means we'll see more liquidity in the equity market. That will support more price rally. But if you are seeing divergence already, you have to also be very careful. Yeah, it can change tomorrow, it can change next week when we see more results coming to the market. This momentum can change overnight because what we are seeing more fund in the market. And that is why it is very good to always watch your indicators and watch your index action or price action. Are they moving in the same direction, or they are moving in a different direction? So like I said, anything I see that there's a kind of divergence in between the index action or price action and the indicator, you have to be very careful at that time. It's also a sign that something is about to happen, but you need to be very careful and watch the market with your eyes open, because I believe once we start seeing these numbers, we're going to see more of volatility in the market. Like that's why any season you don't invest and go and sleep. You invest and watch what is happening in the market. And as we speak, the volume in the market also is still very small. It says that people are not ready to sell now, but they are waiting to see this result that everybody is looking at. That's why I mention that it's possible that when results start hitting the market, people will start selling. But that much position, no, they are not taking position now. Yesterday, volume trader was low. Today, as we speak at this hour, yes, I do that the midday traders will start coming to the market, between now and 2:30, but they've not seen their activity. But the volume in the market today so far is relatively, for me, relatively small. No, it's still relatively small. For that, let's see what what will happen before the end of the day, because I'm seeing that this black line here says that this anything above it, that means market is trading above its average. If the red we are seeing here still below, says that market is still trading at a low volume. But I know that once the afternoon traders come and also they take position in those blue chips company because of dividend, especially those that are consistent, it might change the trend of the market. And also, like I just mentioned earlier, I want to just repeat myself. If you want to trade volatility market, what you need to do your price action, momentum play, and what you play your breakouts. Your breakout is very important. When a breakout, you can like what I want to go back now to that NTS we discussed yesterday. I want to see what happened there before round up. What happened there also guide you for all that position you are taking in the market. That is why you need to know how to combine your fundamental and technical effectively. Once you do that, I'm telling you, your mistakes in the market will reduce. Nobody says that you can control the market. No. But once you are using your technical and your fundamental effectively with other analysis you are doing, I'm telling you, your risk will be managed. And you can also take calculated risk, and at the same time, you make good deals in the good keys in the market. Once you are doing that, see market become more interesting. Then, like I said earlier again, that anytime you are making profit or you are winning in your position, write down the strategies you are using. If you do that for a while, they become your own strategy. And this is how I invested it that way. If you are also losing money, write down why you lost money, so that you will change that strategy, that you not do the same thing you did while you lost money. That is how to build your own strategy in this market. Nobody will say that he has 100% no control of the market. No, no matter how rich Dangote is, can't control the market. That means if you know how to take calculated decisions with guide of your technical analysis, fundamental around, yes, I tell you, your winning side will be more than your losing side. Quick one, let's go to this NGS that I don't mention. It's very important. We want to see how the breakout, happened yesterday. Today, where is it going? You can see that the volume yesterday was very small. I said it earlier, but we want to see it now, and you and I will see how, because in all this we are doing is for you to know how to position when there is volatility in the market or when the stock is trending up. What you look at so that you will not jump in at the wrong time. I said yesterday that formation of double top is either the stock will pull back from that point, but for me, if you can take like 50% profit there, then but now that has broken out, you can jump back again. But I tell you, jumping back is good. I've entered that yesterday. Jump back today at almost 8 naira, 8 naira. I will know it's not advisable because I don't see what they're going to pay at the end of the day. Supporting such a price, that means it's going to oscillate. It's better when it pull back as a trader, you can jump in. For those that want to hold the stock for a long time, fine. But I see that there is probability that this stock will pull back a moment from now. Once they pull back, you can now drive the price. We all know as far as the exchange is open on a daily basis, I see that this company will be raking in money. And if that is happening, they are bound for them to pay you good dividend into the future, knowing that they are newly listed stock. Yes, you can see the breakout here. You can see one gap here. You see, there's a gap already on the stock. This gap there that there's a strength in this rally. But you can also see that it touched up here, still coming down. It was down before. This is not a full bullish candle, but still it's a good one. That's why I said now you are booking out this top again here, that it didn't come down, but you need to also look at. And the good thing is that you can see that there's a volume here, like I just said earlier, that this morning you can see volume in the stock very high, around 14 to 15 million shares, even up to like 20 million shares traded so far in the stock. It's good when you are seeing volume in this kind of rally. It's a good thing for me. That means at this price we are seeing this volume. Yes, that means the party is not yet over for this stock. But if you want to jump in at this price, you have to be very careful. For those that stay there, you can still enjoy 1 or 2 days or a day type of report. For a wise trader, this is time for you to exit, because we don't want to exit. Everybody wants to exit the stock. The party is over, nobody is to pick. And yes, I know that the share is not at, and also it's mostly owned by stockbroking firms. Unless they need money now, but when they sold it initially, they needed money. But I don't know if they are going to sell as they did when it was listed at the touch that 26 naira, coming down. But now they are broken that, they top the last resistance level upward. You have to also be very, very careful at this point. It's very, very important. Once you know how to invest here, you don't have issue. But quick one, before we look at, we want to also call those indicators that we use to look at the market, to also look at this stock. Let's quickly look at the 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 9 days moving average on this stock. What is it telling us? Once we get that picture, then we can also look at the 90. Fine, very strong. You can see that the stock is moving good. You can see that it's trading above the 9 days moving average, which is very, very good. The next one I want to call up on this thing is the money flow before I look at the MACD. These are the things I want to look at this stuff. So that we can now round up the class. You can see that MACD on a day chart. I'm not looking at hourly chart here. I'm looking at daily chart. Okay, let me quickly look at. Yes, on hourly chart, very very strong. You can see, but there's a sign I'm seeing here on hourly chart. You have to, yes, there's still potential, to go up. I see one arrow there. See on our chart, not too, it's okay, not too, but you can see that the money flow is flat. It's good. Fund has entered the stock reading about 99 point. That is about then there's still strong, money in the stock, which is good for investor, and so still remain bullish on our chart. For quick one, let's go back to the daily one a day chart, which is for today. You can see for a day chart the stock is still strong. You can see the breakout, the gap up here. This is a very strong gap up we saw here. Good one at the top breakout, but we have to be very careful now. You can see, yes, okay. MACD on the daily chart, you can see that after MACD have shown a little, coming down, let's say this last one, you can see stronger, MACD strong up, and the money flow still leading around 70, 80. No, it's still okay. Still okay. That means let's still wait. If you are doing this stuff already, you can still wait till Monday before. But I would advise before everybody start taking position, start selling off. Sorry, you can also come out. But those that enter yesterday, if you have made a $2 from that price, we said if you wait for a breakout or a pullback, those that are taking profit, that still have some, but taking profit, you don't need to regret. You are taking profit. You are still in the market. Look for other things because the correction is still underway for this stock. Don't say yes because I sold you have no loss. No, leave the rest for others. Then you come back when they pull back because I'll tell you that this stock is going to form what we call a pattern of up and down because of the nature of the business that is behind the company behind the number. The business behind the number is okay, very obvious to us how they operate. On that, for me, you should not panic if you are in the market at this time. The markets look good. Yes, that means next week we're expecting more earnings to start hitting the market. You know, most of the AGM's board meeting to release their budgetary results, and production will go from next week. On that note, call it a day. See you and thank you all for being with us this afternoon. And also thank you for your understanding yesterday. I appreciate you all. Look forward to see you at the question and answer tomorrow by 12 noon. Yes, you all just connect to us so that you can free to ask a question. There's no opportunity for you to ask questions in this platform, but in question and answer session, you are very free to ask questions so that we can rub mind as well as team and as well as people that are playing this market together. Thank you and God bless you all. Enjoy your weekend. Ooh, I didn't click live stop here. Oh, 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 is that it? Ah,